Good morning. It is Monday, June 15th, 2020, and I am back here for Bed Talk number 61, and I'm actually back in my own bedroom back in Tampa, Florida, back from an 11-day journey, and how much fun, engagement had happened on the journey. There was family time, there was friend time, there was business, actually some business going on. It was a really fantastic trip. All driving, got to see some really cool parts of the country, and obviously a lot going on in the world, not just with the coronavirus, obviously. And I was thinking about a lot of the last couple of days and during the drive back to Florida and reading things online and listening to comments on the radio. And it struck me, and this is my invitation today, that I think it's so vital for us today to embrace the debater. Embrace the debater. It's been a long time since I was in high school and involved with debate. But here's what I remember about debate. You prepared yourself for a debate and often did not know which side you were going to be assigned. Think about that. You didn't get to pick your side. You were assigned a side. So what you did is you researched both sides. Or let me say, instead of both, because it's so separating, all the sides. You looked at the whole issue, looked at the whole question, whatever your bias was, or your leaning was, or your typical perception was. I don't see many people today that are ready to be debaters. I see and hear a lot of absolutists, and frankly, I'll be honest with you, I don't listen to absolutists. I will share with me my opinion. I will share with you my opinion, and it may be completely opposite of your opinion. And I will just share with you my opinion, my perspective, probably ask you some questions to try and better understand, and hopefully help you understand my perspective. But if we were debaters in mindset, we would go out and get information to try and better understand other people's perspectives. And we would research a wider range instead of looking for a tidbit of information that we think or supposedly supports our position. I was listening on the radio over the weekend, and I got to tell you, I don't know what the right word is, certainly unsettled, disturbed, because there were people on the radio, these were the radio hosts, and maybe they think that's their job is to stir things up, but they kept saying things like that another position, the opposing position, was absurd, stupid, ridiculous, and silly. Huh, really? I don't know about you, but as soon as someone utters those words, I stop listening. And I try my best to not utter those words because it's about engagement. It's about a conversation. It's about a dialogue. And right now, what we actually need is we certainly need some action, but at a minimum, we need some more open dialogue, some more attempts to deeply understand each other. We also need to stop talking about sides, frankly. When I get a question, which I often do, which is, so which side of this are you on? I think that's a crazy question. Yes, I labeled it crazy because all it does is reinforces that we are separate and we are sides. And you know what? I may completely disagree with you. And yes, in a sense, that puts us on opposite ends or opposite pieces of the spectrum. But here's what I've learned. That often we share more in our beliefs than we disagree in our beliefs. That's what I've found. Unfortunately, when we start talking about absurdities and ridiculousness, we create end-to-end separation, and there is no dialogue. I certainly believe we need some different action, some different perspective, certainly some different leadership, and we need some understanding and some openness and some empathy and some compassion for different perspectives. At least to listen and to ask questions. And that's what debaters do. See, debaters argue a position, not their beliefs. And I want you to hold on to your beliefs, certainly your values, but as I said last week in my bed talk, I think too often we are attached to our beliefs because we've made them feel like values. So have your beliefs, certainly have your values, but are you doing the homework? Are you seeking to understand? Are you grabbing a bit of information and just reaching a conclusion about it? So be a debater. Do your homework. Have conversations, have open dialogue where your intent is to listen versus just try and convince someone else of your position. I think we need that throughout leadership, whether it's nationally, whether it's locally, and certainly in our organizations. Because yes, we deal with issues every day that require us to better understand other people's perspectives. That to me is what great teams are, what great communities are, and ultimately what great nations are. So that's it for today. Be a debater. Be a debater and be less of a sider where everything's about sides. So take care of those around you, and I will see you back here tomorrow.